Hello, my name is HADASSAH TREU. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an award-winning Christian author, blogger, and poet, and I offer biblical inspiration and encouragement on my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about the connection between surrender and true peace and growth. So have you thought how surrender leads to true peace and growth? My focus words for 2026 are surrender and shalom, which means God's peace. And when I chose these words, it was obvious to me that they're interlinked and that there is a deep connection between these two. So if you're not familiar with the practice of choosing a focus word, this is a very helpful practice, or at least I found it very helpful. So in the beginning of every year, through prayer and reflection, I choose a word or two, or a keywords, or an overarching theme for the year. And this helps me stay grounded and also remind me of my priorities throughout the year. So back to surrender and shalom. What is actually surrender in our Christian life? I want to read for you the definition first in Merriam-Webster dictionary. So read this together. Surrender means, according to the dictionary, to yield to the power, control, or possession of another upon compulsion or demand, to give up completely or agree to forego, especially in favor of another, to give oneself up into the power of another, to give oneself over to something, such as an influence. So we see that surrender is about yielding, about giving up. In our walk with God, we surrender to His authority, to His power, to His sovereignty, and to His will. We surrender our pains, our desires, our wishes, our expectations, our plans, our problems, our suffering. We surrender everything, not only our burdens, but also the good things. So radical surrender means radical trust, because our surrender is grounded in trusting the Lord. It's grounded in love and trust. We trust the Lord will lead us as He led the Israelites by cloud during the day and by fire during the night. And when He stops, we stop too, and when He moves, we follow Him. Surrender means following the Lord without having all the information, without having clarity, and overcoming our fear. We follow the Lord into new unknown territories, into places we've never been before. We follow Him to green pastures, but we also follow Him in the valleys of the shadow of death without hesitation. Surrendering is a way to a deeper union with the Lord by releasing control, by letting go, by stopping striving and resting in Him. So surrender leads not only to true peace, but it leads also to spiritual growth and fruitfulness. And surrendering in this sense means that we desire God's will more than our will. And this is very beautifully expressed in John chapter 15, where Jesus compares Himself to the true vine and the believers to the vine branches. A very beautiful picture of yielding and surrendering. Let's read it together. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. John 15:5. So these are really sobering words. Apart from Him, we can do nothing. But if we yield to Him, we will bear much fruit. And in Romans chapter 12, the Lord urges us to present, to give our bodies to Him as a holy sacrifice, pleasing to God, and to serve in the body of Christ and put our love in action. So surrendering our bodies, our gifts, our ministries to the Lord is the way we live as Christ's disciples. Surrender is the key to spiritual growth. Actually, It is the key to the biggest spiritual growth, and we achieve this not by more striving, but by deeper surrender. So how surrender leads to true peace? When we drop our hands, when we stop grasping for control and let go, one immediate result is experiencing God's shalom or God's peace. Shalom is true peace, and the biblical word, the Jewish word actually, the Hebrew word for shalom, denotes the meaning of wholeness, completeness, well-being, and prosperity. Shalom is much more than peace of mind. It is much more than peace of heart, calmness, or tranquility. That's why this is one of Jesus' most comforting statements about his peace, and I want to read this for you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. So do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. So Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace, and he is our peace. But the first time in the Bible where we meet God and God presents him as Jehovah Shalom, the Lord is peace, or God's peace, is actually in Judges chapter 6 in the account about Gideon and his meeting with the angel. And let me read these verses for you. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Judges 6:12. When Gideon realized that it was the angel of the Lord, he exclaimed, "Alas, sovereign Lord, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face." But the Lord said to him, "Peace, do not be afraid, you are not going to die." So Gideon built an altar to the Lord there and called it, "The Lord is Peace," or Jehovah Shalom. To this day it stands in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. Judges 6:22-24. So the Lord comes to us with peace. Through Christ's sacrifice, we are united with him, and we can stand in his presence without fear of penalty or death. God comes to us as the Lord of peace with twofold encouragement. He says, "Peace, don't be afraid, the Lord is with you." The more we surrender and yield to the Lord, the more we follow him in obedience, the deeper the union and connection with him become, and the more we experience his shalom. Because the Lord gives his peace, he gives his shalom to the one who follow him and who obey his commands. With every step of surrender we make, God is working towards wholeness and fruitfulness. He gives us a life made peaceful and secure, not through success, not through favorable circumstances, but through his constant loving presence. So I hope this encouraged you today, and perhaps you can think in areas in your life or situations or problems where you need to surrender to God and to experience his peace in return. Or you can recall situation where you surrendered and you experienced his shalom. I would be glad if you share in the comments. And if you want to know how to surrender to God in your pain and suffering and receive his comfort and peace, I would highly recommend to check my book, Draw Near, How Painful Experiences Become the Birthplace of Blessings. There I share how to draw near to God, how to surrender with him in different painful experiences or different traumatic experiences. So I hope this video encouraged you. If this is so, please share it, comment, like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I would be very happy to continue to share with you my encouragement and inspiration. This was for now, all for now, and thank you for watching. Till next time.